through to hit. To behind. Oh, danger there. Trying to force it through from behind the Bears and Essendon onto it. But just the minor score. So 10-6 to 11-9. Lappin was going to go very short. Decided against it. Now pushes the ball cleverly to Fletcher in the end. Fletcher draws his man, goes to Kennedy.
Kennedy from right half back. Kicks it past the wing, but the mark has been taken by Hardwick. You wonder whether rush behinds like that are going to be critical in the wash-up. Hardwick from just behind the wing, gets past and then kicks towards half forward. Good mark, excellent mark. Big man, big presence, and a top effort there by Clark. His kick is ordinary, but fortunately for the Bears, it slips through to Lappin. Lappin's little hand pass sets it up for Lambert. Lambert's kick is high. Maybe the Bombers from behind. Hardwick couldn't take it. Leppich, snapshot by Leppich. First goal of the last quarter to the Bears. Justin Leppich has now kicked 3. And a body blow for the Bombers. Brisbane 12-9, lead Essendon 10-6.
Well, that ball, Cockatoo Collins, it hit his fingertips, but Lappin still got it. And when it went forward, I mean, Leppich hasn't had much of the ball. But these 3 goals are not going to be many more valuable than he's going to ever kick in his career. And it's a good lead to Bears now in the context as well as a fairly low-scoring game.
Just 4 kicks for 3 goals to Justin Leppich, and they'll get the ball away from the centre again. Lambert, they lead 81-66.
Harvey's got hold. Bombers need a steadier now. Harvey pushes to O'Donnell, some experience there. They're 2 30-pluses in terms of their age. Calthorpe runs away and then goes high. Alessio the target. With him, Dick Foss. Fletcher at 48 metres, hooks the ball back. Bouncing through. The quick reply. Exactly what Essendon needed in that situation. A quick comeback, and they get it from Fletcher. So that move has paid early dividends. 12-9 to 11-6.
Good off half-back. Calthorpe took the punt, ran down the middle of the ground. Really, it was just a long kick forward in hope. But when you get the ball into your forward line quickly, if one of your forwards can get his hands on the ball, the opposition hasn't had a chance to really set their defensive part of the ground.
Which is a great effort by Dustin Fletcher. Very good kick. And he gets his first and Essendon's 11th goal. Very important, these centre breaks. The game has been very, very tight for most of the evening. And with just a 9-point margin in favour of Brisbane, the centre breaks paramount.
We saw Craig Lambert again at the bottom of the pack. He's back on the ball now after having a spell on interchange in the 3rd quarter, and that might be just what he needs to enable him to play the game out a bit strongly.
Up over the top, Somerville. Could be taken away by Blumfield, but Lambert is there. Gets the hand pass in the direction of Scott. Gathered by O'Donnell. Back to Buick. Buick across his left shoulder. In towards centre half forward. It bounces in that area. Gathered as by Hurd. Lovely hand pass out into the path of Doolan. It just spills for Cockatoo Collins. Can they get another goal here? Oh, shocking kick there by Shea Cockatoo Collins. I say shocking because he really had a little bit of time and a little bit of space to do perhaps a bit better. Out of bounds on the full, the free kick in the left back pocket. That's Michael McLean with Roger Merritt on the bench for Brisbane. And that football may be lost. No, it comes back now, and Richard Champion will take the free kick for Brisbane. 12-9 to 11-6, 9 points in favour of Brisbane early in the last quarter.
Champion runs away. Ball doesn't sit for him all that well. Gets some distance. Good kick wide. Lynch onto it. Here's a real play now. Kennedy running. Lynch may pop it on for him. He does. Kennedy's got to work. Wants a good bounce. Hurd with him. They're both pretty tight. Kennedy works it forward. So a good result in the end when you consider the Champion kicked the ball in the back pocket. They've got the ball to half forward right and a long way from Essendon's goal.
Yeah, he took the punt, Champion. He went to open field, but he saw that Tristan Lynch was making the ground, so it was really a good option.
He's had an excellent game, Champion. A goal kicked on him in this last quarter by Fletcher, but a very good match. Free kick to Clark over the shoulder. The advantage given to Ashcroft. Ashcroft away. Centering ball. Attacking it, Lynch. Can't afford to give this up, though, because he's conceded a lot of ground. Wallace rides the bump. So Lynch has not done well here. As O'Donnell comes away, measures a kick to Lloyd. Well done, Gowers. Belts the ball away. Lambert after it, can't get a handle on it. Fletcher took it off Hurd, then Gowers, Mercury got a high tackle, no free kick. Hurd got legged inadvertently, no free kick, and it's going to be a bounce.
How can you be legged inadvertently?
Well, he's tried to jump over the top of him, and the bloke's, I think, put his arm up to try and tackle in some way, and he's legged
Very stiff. He never got the free kick there, James Hurd.
Must be an easy one, Robbo. Your call.
Somerville to do the ruck work and gets his right fist to it. Kennedy just able to hold it up. Matthew Lloyd in the picture. Gets a bit of a encouragement pat on the head from one of his teammates, and umpire Brian Sheehan to bounce. The play about 75 metres from Essendon's goal. Somerville again, but he taps it to the advantage of Brisbane. They had 3-1 there. Blumfield's tackle on Boss, and the kick goes over right on centre wing, down in front of the commentary box here. Brisbane 12-9, lead Essendon 11-6. A 9-point margin in favour of the Bears. All to play for both sides. Somerville down to the front. Boss shrugs the Blumfield tackle and then gets the kick away. It'll land about 50 metres from the Bears' goal. Harvey up high. Couldn't take the mark. Tries to tap it clear, and he does. Out of bounds, and a free kick. Well, amazing that you pick one out. They've done it just so much tonight, and Harvey's going to be penalised. I wonder whether it was out of bounds deliberate or maybe deemed as a throw, but it's with Darryl White. He's 50 metres from goal. He'll put it into the square. He sets it up for a big fly from behind Wallace. Kicked there by Lepich. 4 goals to Justin Lepich.
Someday we'll all be together once more.
When all of the ships come back to the shore,
I realize something I've always known. Still calls a million heart.
Some toolboxes are packed with power, have wheels, and carry 1 1/4 tons. Toyota Hi-Ace. Building the toughest tools of the trade is our trade.
I'll be back about 4. Okay.
Here you go. Here's the dinosaur. There's a lot.
Hi, everything okay? No problem.
With Solver Maxi Wash, problem solved.
Johnny O'Keefe, Australia's rock legend. Now, for the first time, his greatest hits, fully restored and digitally remastered.
Gotta shake, gotta jive, got the message that I gotta feel live.
22 chartbusters, including the wild ones. Johnny O'Keefe, 22 of his golden greats for only $19.95. This is music that rocked the nation, so grab your part of Oz music history now.
Jim Henson Pictures invites you to meet the wildest family ever. Maggie.
Maggie, go to your room.
Joe. Charlie.
You're talking to me?
And 800 pounds of trouble.
Your foot goes on the floor.
Named Buddy. It's the most fun you can have, all under one roof.
Enough to drive a person to the nut house.
We've got it all. Sofas, $300. Solid timber, recliners, modulars, traditional, and now Fabio Mazzero quality leather, and at the lowest price or it's free. Discount Lounge Centre, Ranella, Parafield, City, and Anzac Highway.
Disney's new movie adventure, Hercules, has inspired McDonald's Colossus Meal. Beef, cheese, and sizzling bacon, monumental fries, and large Coke. McDonald's Colossus Meal, the stuff legends are made of.
Tonight, wild animals helpless to man's grief. But 6:30, a story of hope as 2 adult apes return to the wild with their newly born. Jaruni, the singing ape, a touching world around us special.
Then at 7:30, it's a new doctor's first day facing a village in crisis.
Sounds like you're preparing for war.
But when the battle begins, it's Nick's job on the line.
He'll be pressing charges.
Heartbeat, 7:30 tonight on 7.
A 15-point margin. Essendon again need the next goal. Buick overran it. Fletcher, handball. Hart couldn't quite. Has another go. Rides the tackle. It was high. He'll get a free kick. Ola Renshaw hard at Sean Hart.
I think after that goal was kicked, Craig Lambert headed for the interchange bench. Yet again, maybe just a little injury.
He's been out for a while with that ankle. Oh, Champion's been a star to Chris Scott. That's a superb bit of footy. Short to full forward. Good fly at the back, and the take by Wallace. After a very shaky start, he's done a couple of good things. To Harvey. Wide to Barnard, great pressure to Harvey. They've done this all night, Essendon. Harvey hugging the line. Champion couldn't quite get a hand to it. McCurry, Doolan, Champion again. He's having a big match. And you can feel the Bears lifting. And Essendon are in trouble. They trail by 15 points. Remember that Brisbane has won 15 out of the last quarters this year out of 22, so they've got a fantastic finishing record. And at the moment, they've got a sense. Fletcher back. Scott to full forward. To Dion Scott. And a goal here would make it extremely difficult for the Bombers to get back.
Yeah, Dion Scott, very good in the first quarter, pretty quiet second and third, but he's come back now and started to just provide that big target at centre-half forward. Yes, and a very important shot, as you well said, Bruce.
45 metres out. Directly in front, and he's kicked it truly. And the Bears have now taken a grip on the match. Scott's got 3, and suddenly Brisbane are away. They lead by 3.5 goals.
And again, I think all over the field, they're just looking to be running a bit harder. Champion out of defence has been magnificent all night. He's held Essendon up, and continues to do well. But I think the Bears midfield, it just looks like it's finished in the game that little bit stronger.
Those missed shots of Essendon in the third quarter come back a bit, don't they? They were problem about that position.
So the bounce back at the centre. Clark, he's been just tireless in the ruck. Buick, dispossessed, goes after it again. Can't break away. The football with Sean Hart underneath that pack of 3 or 4 players. And the umpire will bounce once again. It's between centre and centre-half forward, favouring Brisbane. Sean Hart, he's a tough nut.
He's got some blood on his knee, Robbo. It's going to have to go off.
So just for a few seconds, play held up.
And interesting, James Hird, as Essendon so often do when they're in trouble, pushed him into the centre bounce. So this time Matthew Kennedy has gone with him. And I don't think you'll find that Kennedy will leave Hurd's side for almost the duration of the game, no matter where Hurd goes.
McLean onto the ground for Brisbane. Takes his place, so the umpire will restart play. About 15 metres forward of the centre circle for Brisbane. They lead 14-9 to 11-6. We've got 13.5 minutes left. Still plenty of time for Essendon. James Hird runs away. Have another bounce. Have a go at the goals, James. It goes to the back. Touched by Gowers on the way through. Great kick by Hird, but just behind. The Bombers badly needed a goal. Could have been a bit of momentum for them here. It was going to go through, I think. Gowers just got his left hand to it. The kick in has been marked by Clark.
At half-back, quickly on. Good kick to Kennedy. So precise, the kick. Kennedy stretched and took it. What a wonderful kick by Hird a moment ago. Kennedy's high ball. Dion Scott front spot. Harvey at the back. Wanganeen. Little handball to himself. McRae. Back to Ashcroft in his 150th match. Steadies. Goes to half forward. Ackermanis worked out of it by Calthorpe. Boundary throw in. Ackermanis unhappy, but umpire right there. Calthorpe just giving him a little shove. Working him underneath. Essendon cannot afford Brisbane to get a goal from this attack. They trail 11-7 to 14 goals 9. Boundary throw in. Taken by White. Fletcher goes short. Ricochets off Lynch. Has a second go. In the pocket. Tries to belt it back. And out of play. Well, what would you done, Lee? Would you had a shot of your Fletcher 40 metres out running into goal?
Well, yes, I think I might have, but I don't know about other players. But certainly he set Lynch up, but Lynch wasn't able to control.
Free kick here, sorry, Lee.
The chest
to jump in. It was out on the fall. Now, Lynch missed one early in the game in the first quarter from this angle at the other end. Trying to check side on that occasion. It's going the drop punt way. He's kicked it very, very well. They like it behind. He likes it. It's a goal. 4 goals to Lynch. And the Bears may have broken the Bombers' hearts now.
Yes, a long way back for Essendon. You'll have a look at this free. I didn't quite see what happened in general play. Oh, yes, just a little bit unlucky. Went on to Hardwick's toe out of bounds, but a correct decision according to the interpretations of the game. But it's a cruel out of bounds on the full when it happens in that kind of situation.
Lackamanus was onto it very, very quickly. The Bears go forward from the centre bounce once again. Fletcher's kicked the full forward. It covers the players in that area. Running back quickly was McRae. Did he get his foot to it? He's forced it through for a score. A rush behind, and McRae appeals to the umpire. Nothing happening. Kel Thorpe and Ackermanis, 2 of the antagonists.
And hasn't Fletcher played a fantastic first half of this last quarter? Been good all night, but I think he's just really lifted that Bears midfield.
26 possessions to Fletcher. He's been 4th, 3rd and 2nd in the best and fairest here at Brisbane the last 3 years. And they're expecting him to feature quite prominently again this year. He's had another good season. Kick-in has been marked by Wanganeen. He's just outside 50 metres. Essendon need to kick 4 unanswered goals if they're to win this game. Missed there by Olorenshaw, gathered by Lappin. Kick is close to the line. It's got to be out on the full. Free kick to Essendon to be taken by Gavin Wanganeen. He's still deep in the Brisbane Bears half-forward line. Ackermanis having a spell on the bench. Roger Merritt looks as though he may see the game out on the bench. But he's done a job, Roger Merritt. He's kicked 2 goals. Didn't touch the footy all that much, just 2 kicks. But they've been important in the wrap-up. Blumfield, handball. Buick gets past. And then his kick towards half-forward is a beauty. Sets it up there for Mercury. Looking to play on. He's been called to play on now. Mercury hooks the kick to the square. Body work done beautifully by Fletcher, and he's paid the mark from behind Champion. One of Richard Champion's rare mistakes, if you would classify it as that.
And I don't think you would, Robbo. I must say it was a good long kick by Mercury, and Champion was just caught that marginally underneath the ball. It was good play by Fletcher. He leant into Champion so that he couldn't back, and then eventually took the overhead mark.
Fletcher kicks for goal and puts it through for the Bombers. Dustin Fletcher 2 goals. Essendon's 12. They still trail by 21 points. We've got 11 minutes left in the game.
Well, not an impossibility. Where there's life, there's hope. Still plenty of time to go. But really, they need their good players to get into the game. James Hird, Buick. Whenever Buick touches the ball, Essendon look dangerous. Mercury, they're the 3, I think, that have to lift Essendon if they are to have a go at Brisbane in this last part of the game.
2 great kicks there, Lee, weren't they? Buick to Mercury, and Mercury's length to Fletcher.
Yep.
Still a chance. 12-7, 15-10. Just need another one, don't they, the Bombers, within a couple of minutes?
And Hird and Mercury on the ball into the centre square. The big guns are at the action.
Need to get some momentum, Essendon. Goal by Fletcher, his 2nd in the final quarter. Alessio down to Hird. Well, holding the footy. He might have felt the first one was a bit high, but they kept going at him. Hart's kick wide. McLean. O'Donnell. Michael McLean has probably only been on the ground for 7 or 8 minutes in its entirety. He was on the ground for about 5 minutes in the second quarter. This is only his 3rd game this season.
And I think Gary had a bit of strife. Was in trouble, yeah.
So the Bombers went into this finals match having won 12 out of their last 16 games. A very fine record. They lifted themselves up to 6th. Wanganeen comes away. delivers with the left to centre half forward. Somerville the target, tries to bring the ball to ground. Lynch has been good to Lappin, should kick it to Chris Scott. Scott's after it, bouncing ball, takes it now, then delivers on the left, wants White. Well done by Hardwick to Young, to Doolan. Doolan, who played a lot in defence early. Buick, remember what happened in the second quarter when he was away. A second bounce, then forced to deliver to centre half forward. Wobbly old kick. Mercury back inboard. Wanganeen, you'd expect he would go. Straightens up, there's still a little bit of chance. He's got it.
When you've got a serious DIY project, Mitre 10 has all the expert advice, professional services and free Mitre plans you need to get the job done right, every time. And our price match guarantee means we won't be beaten on price. So team up with Mitre 10.
So you'll get a 10 out of 10 finish every time.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
Dear fellow footy fans, I am deeply, deeply sorry. Although he fought back courageously from injury, Wayne Carey is not playing in today's grand final, and it's all my fault. It was my Ruboy theorem that cast Wayne into the public spotlight, and we all know what happens to kangaroos that get caught in spotlights. I feel your pain, Wayne. Yours, apologetically, Ewan McCormick.
Amici's Cafe restaurant in the East End for the very best of Italian cuisine. Amici's is the home of the wood oven gourmet pizza and first in Adelaide with a delicious wood oven pizza dessert. Fine food, fine people. Amici's at the far east end of Rundle Street, open 7 days.
Where are more and more small businesses going for all their office supplies? Here. Officeworks has got everything from pens, printers, computers to coffee. All at guaranteed low prices every day. Check this out. The Great Wall of Paper. You can see it from the moon. And if you think the store's big, wait until you see the car park.
It's 8 festivals in one this October long weekend. The fantastic Victor Harbour Folk Festival. The best music weekend of the year presents an amazing non-stop 4-day festival of world music, blues, Celtic music, country music, dancing, spoken word events, contemporary acoustic and children's events. It's 8 festivals in one. 140 fabulous acts from overseas and around Australia. It's where to be this October long weekend. The Victor Harbour Folk Festival.
Songs from the South is Paul Kelly's greatest hits. 20 classic tracks from Australia's best songwriter. Songs from the South, Paul Kelly's greatest hits, out now.
You'd never start work without the right safety equipment. And now you needn't drive without it either. The Mitsubishi Express walk-through van.
At the special time of 5:30, join the Footy Plus panel live from Melbourne for a quarter-by-quarter dissection of the historic Saints Crows Grand Final, plus curls with the players at the MCG. Footy Plus at the special time of 5:30 today on 7. Hey, join the party with Channel 7. 9:30 Sunday morning live from Adelaide Airport. We'll be there to welcome home our history-making Crows. And at midday we cross to Wayville for a big party with player interviews and Grand Final secrets to share. Be a part of history Sunday on Adelaide's Channel 7, home of footy.
9 3/4 minutes left. 15 points the margin. Centre bounce. Who can break clear? Mercury gets it to Hurd, throwing the ball. Against Mark Mercury. O'Donnell is off the ground. He looked into all sorts of trouble. The kick is wide. Sean Hart has the footy for the Bears. Short kick. No mark. The ball spills to Calthorpe. Can he keep it in? Down the line he goes, and the umpire will call for a boundary throw-in. Neil Curley, Gary O'Donnell,
No, it was Dipper here, Robbo. He's gone up into the rooms. Looks like he's got a very bad corky.
Gee, that's bad luck for the Bombers. O'Donnell out of action. Belted away by Somerville. Fletcher. Hip and shoulder by Lloyd. And out of play. A couple of times in this last quarter, Lee, as we look at Merritt and Lambert. Brisbane playing short, going into attack, not working. Hard a moment ago. Belted away from Lepage. 15 points the margin. Somerville. Hardwick's handball over the top to Hurd. Hurd just gives it back to Hardwick. Hardwick concedes some ground. Doolan just waiting. Mercury. Essendon keeping their cool. 13-7, 15-10, Mercury. Good kick to the centre. A lovely mark by Lloyd. Lloyd quickly on. High ball. What a big play this is. Fletcher works his man underneath the champion. Lynch needs the boundary line. Kicks it cleverly. Rolling out. Couldn't pay that deliberately, even though it was. And it'll be a boundary throw-in.
I mentioned before, James Hurd on the ball, but Matthew Kennedy hasn't gone with him, which is surprising. I would think Kennedy should be sitting on Hurd and keep the thing tight, seeing the Bears are in front.
Alessio, Barnard back to Alessio. Alessio again. Gowers and Voss double tackle him. And again a bounce. So the Bombers deep in attack inside 50. They trail 13-7 to 15-10.
Well done, Brian Sheen, to take control there. Just Andrew Gowers and Steve Alessio. 8.5 minutes left. It is 15 points to margin. Michael McLean back on the bench with Lambert and Merritt. Three very experienced campaigners. Taken away by Somerville. Couldn't get the kick away. Hurd dispossessed by Kennedy. Umpire calls play on. Blumfield, well done. Out to Mercury. Mercury's kick to full forward. It'll bounce through for a goal. Essendon are a chance. Mercury kicks his first goal with 8 minutes left in the game. And the margin is just 9 points.
Amazing turnaround, hasn't it? The Bears just looked like they had control of the game just, maybe 5-10 minutes ago, but Essendon have kept working again. Hurt's gone onto the ball and started to get a bit of it. Mercury started to get to the ball. Buick's in the play. As soon as those players are involved in the game, Essendon look their most dangerous.
So after trailing by over 4 goals, only a couple of minutes ago, the Bombers have kicked 2 quick ones. It was 27 points. Now the Bears get clear again. Fletcher's kick towards full forward. Very important mark here. Knocked away by Wallace. Cockatoo Collins quite prepared to play it in front of himself. He's still there 1-on-2. Ackermanis gets the handball away. Well done. Back to Fletcher from 50 metres. Fletcher goes to the square. It covers the players and bounces through for one behind. 10 points the margin. 101 to 91. Kelthorpe to Buick. O'Donnell on the bench for the Bombers. It's a tight finish. Buick to kick in to the near side. Good kick too. Finds Hurd. He's got a player in support. Wonderful vision. He knew the player was there. It was Denham. Denham to centre half forward.
Alessio the target. Oh, that's a good take. Dick Fox not paid. Bluntfield's handball. Back. Somerville looking for a man. Taken by Laurenshaw. Denham squares it. Wanganeen's been important. Hasn't had a lot of possessions, but what he's done has been good. Was going to go back to Calthorpe. Decided against it. Goes to full forward. It's another bouncing goal. It is unbelievable. Wanganeen has kicked his third second-half goal, and Essendon has come from 27 points down to be just 4 points in arrears. And hasn't Fletcher's body work in the goal square been important in this last quarter?
Shepherded 2 goals through, basically, and Wanganeen backed his pace again. 3rd goal for the game. And as you said, Fletcher, the same as the earlier one with Mercury, was able to shepherd the ball through when it bounced in front of the goal square.
Some positional changes being made. Very important here now. Again, Fletcher breaks away. His kick was ineffective. High in the air. Clark hasn't gone far enough. Now Voss. Buick nearly chopped it off. Fletcher there for Brisbane. His kick towards full forward. It bounces awkwardly. Cockatoo, Collins and Lepage. He's got him. The ball spills for Hardwick. Handball over the top. Important. Oliver Renshaw out wide. Get rid of it quickly. Mark Harvey does, but not quite far enough. Voss is there. Short kick by Voss to the forward pocket. Bounces awkwardly again for Lynch and Wallace. Wallace back close to the line. Handball over the top. Doolan gathered by Calthorpe. Has it gone out of bounds in that forward pocket where Lynch and Wallace went for it? It has, and it will come back. We have got 6.5 minutes left. It is a 4-point margin in favour of Brisbane, and there is anxiety on the faces of everyone here at the Gabba.
Bears forwards having trouble winning the one-on-one contest in the last quarter. Somerville getting a tap away, trying to go through Cockatoo Collins. Harvey puts a tackle on, and again a bounce. Fletcher has knocked up putting the ball out of the centre square. Brisbane keep going forward. It's had 30 possessions, and yet their forwards who are leading to short passes are having the ball belted away from them. 15-11, 15-7. Again, the Bombers. Buick, Harvey. Held up Denham in there. And so is Hart, and it's a bounce. 4-point margin. There won't be any draw here. Will be extra time if it's all tied up. Somerville, Hurd lifting. Again looks for Denham as he did a moment ago. Denham doesn't quite get a hand on it. Back to Hurd. Beautifully played, Hurd. Alessio goes on. The Bombers running hard. Hardwick out wide. Calthorpe taking a long time to get hold of it. Does it now. Quickly to Alessio. Alessio's got it. Forward of centre. Bluntfield's in the square. Fletcher's now in the square, running into that position. Alessio's taking his time. Won't be rushed. Goes short. McCurry's got it.
You couldn't be in better hands, really, could it?
No, well, I think Essendon on this 50-metre line, I think Mercurie's as good a player as they've got to have a shot at it.
He kicked the goal last week, remember, that won the game on the run from 50. Mercury, 52 metres out, leans back, he's missed, as he did in the third quarter tonight. Not being too hard on him because he's one of the great goal kickers in terms of his consistency. 15-11 to 15-8. Thrilling match at the Gabba to start what should be a fantastic weekend of finals here in 4 states.
5 minutes left. McRae with the football for the Bears. Still in his defensive 50. Kicks it high in towards the middle. Bit player on his own as Voss. Barry Young just giving him a little bit of latitude. And Michael Voss able to gather just to try and steady the Bears down. They led by 27 points at one stage in this last quarter. The kick is wide. It's been taken by Fletcher. Possession number 31. Kick towards full forward. Cockatoo Collins makes a good contest of it. The ball there for Kennedy. Lambert tackled. Cockatoo Collins had hit him in the face. Denham runs away. Can't get the kick away. Still Sean Denham. Now Barry Young gets a kick away. But it only goes as far as Chris Scott. Scott for the Bears. Kicks it back to within scoring distance. It's not a mark. The ball there for Olorenshaw. Tackle didn't have it. Umpire swallowed the whistle. Now Olorenshaw once again. Kicks it wide. Vacant area at half-back. Alessio. Can he gather? No, he can't. I wish Jason Ackermanis, he looked as though he's going to gather it. But remember, at this stage, he's on the bench.
And Essendon's defensive 50 has just been fantastic, isn't it, for the last 5 or 2 minutes? It's like a brick wall. The Bears are getting it that far, but it keeps bouncing back.
Out of the air, Mercury. Fletcher again, what a last quarter he's playing. Lambert. Hart, who is a left footer, remember. Wide. Scott, smothered by Mercury. Olorenshaw, Mercury, the class player so important. Wanganeen could put them in front. He hasn't missed all night. Goes for it, and he misses that one. 3 second-half goals to Wanganeen, and they edge closer. 15-9 to 15-11.
3 minutes left.
I hope you're enjoying the telecast on the 7 network around Australia of this second qualifying final, and Buick cuts off a champion lead, and again the pressure's on.
Purdy's shoulder.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of problems this year, Buick, in that area, so again a boundary throw in. Essendon deep in attack with momentum. They trail by 2 points. They trail by 27 at one stage in the last quarter.
45 metres from their goal, and they get a gather here. Wanganeen goes back. Young's kick towards full forward. It bounces awkwardly once again. Dick Voss gets his left foot to it, but only as far as Lloyd. Lloyd might gather. Still Matthew Lloyd with the football in front of himself. Can gather, kicks with the left foot towards centre-half forward, but it's taken by Champion. He plays on quickly. Player on his own out wide is Tristan Lynch. He can run the length of the ground. He goes short. Little left foot kick is all right. It's taken by McRae. If he moves it quickly, they're all one-on-one back there on the goal line, but he's going to hold it up. 2.5 minutes left. McRae with the football for Brisbane. 2 points in favour of the Bears.
I think you'd be going long from this situation. Whenever they've kicked to the lead in this point of the game, the Essendon defence have cut it off. So I think you might as well go to the goal square and make the ball play from there.
Well, he's taking plenty of time. Down close to 2 minutes. And he does kick long. It'll land close to the square. Oh, up goes Dion Scott. Couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Darryl White. He's got the football. Barry Young, the tackler. Wallace goes down. A great tackle by Dion Scott. Locks it up. 2 points in favour of Brisbane. Under 2 minutes left. The ball only 20 metres from the Bears' goal.
I think every time there's a game of football being played, every player tries his hardest. What you're seeing now is that extra 10 or 20% above that.
Hart gets it. Hooks it back high. Out of bounds on the fall. So not the result Brisbane wanted there. Sean Hart banging it high. 15-9 to 15-11. Been playing over 30 minutes in this last quarter. There's been plenty of time on Denon to bring it back in. What a brave comeback by the Bombers. Kick to centre wing. High leap, not paid to Blumfield. And again, Voss with Brisbane just holding the ball up. So the seconds are ticking away. I think it's fair to say Nick's goal wins. 15-11 to 5-9. Centre wing, Lappin, McRae. McRae's been important, a bounce. He could almost reach the goal square. Again goes short. Lynch can't take it. White, can he do something? Back, McRae bangs, and he kicks out of bounds on the fall. So Essendon still with an opportunity. They have a chance here.
Under a minute now, Bruce, left in the game.
You could just see the pressure gets to McRae then. He had more time than he thought. He was being able to settle and get himself balanced, but got onto his boot quickly, turns the ball over.
Barry Young to take it away from the back pocket, and he takes a risk, kicks it into a situation where it can be won by either side, and it's won by the Bears. Lambert pumps it back to within scoring distance. It goes to the back. The race on now. Cockatoo Collins must gather. Clean possession important. It's a good kick. It's taken out here by Mercury, not paid. Taken away by Denham. They must get 2 clean possessions. Denham's kick is good. It's taken down here by Ola Renshaw. Half a minute left. Ola Renshaw. There's a player on his own at half forward, and it's been marked. This is Matthew Lloyd. Cover yourself in glory, son. He kicks to the square. They get back. No mark. Wanganeen! He's hit the post. It's a point to difference. And we've got 17 seconds left. This is the most unbelievable climax to a game of footy we've seen for many, many years. Many, many years.
No extra time, remember. There can be no draw here. I mean, there will be extra time. There can be no draw. So a point the margin. Clark the target. Did he mark it? No, it's out of play. 15-11 to 15-10. Remember, if the Bombers lose and either Geelong or Hawthorn are successful, they're out of the finals. Barnard pushes forward. Hart, the Bears have won! It was a classic.
Introducing the new Mitsubishi Pajero. Perfectly adapted to Australian conditions.
CC Music presents No Way Out. Can't nobody hold down Puff Daddy. Including the Australian and worldwide #1 smash, I'll Be Missing You. The jammin' debut album from Puff Daddy and the Family, No Way Out. Get yours from your nearest CC Music store.
It's 8 festivals in one this October long weekend. The fantastic Victor Harbour Folk Festival. The best music weekend of the year presents an amazing non-stop 4-day festival of world music, blues, Celtic music, country music, dancing, spoken word events, contemporary acoustic and children's events. It's 8 festivals in one. 140 fabulous acts from overseas and around Australia. It's where to be this October long weekend. The Victor Harbour Folk Festival.
Johnny O'Keefe, Australia's rock legend. Now, for the very first time, his greatest hits fully restored and digitally remastered. 22 golden greats from JOK for only $19.95. Music that rocked a nation. Available now.
When you purchase a $2 pack of playing cards from the Adelaide Casino, we'll donate $1 to help the Children's Research Foundation.
When you're serious about a garden project, Mitre 10 has all the expert advice, professional services and free gardener plans you need to get the job done right. Every time. And our price match guarantee means we won't be beaten on price. So team up with Mitre 10.
To make your garden 10 out of 10 every time.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
It's great here in the McLaren Vale, one of Australia's best wine producing areas, steeped in history and natural beauty, not to mention great food and wine. But this is also the gateway to the beautiful Fleurieu Peninsula, and now you can find all the tourist information you need at the new McLaren Vale and Fleurieu Visitor Centre. There are wine sales and tastings, crafts and souvenirs, a coffee shop. Discover the beautiful attractions this area has to offer. The McLaren Vale and Fleurieu Visitor Centre, proudly supported by Adelaide's Channel 7.
Actually, the further this program goes and the further down the running sheet we get, I get the feeling that our producer has something against Geelong.
Oh, they're not up again, are they?
They are up again. We go back to 1992.
Oh, West Coast.
Correct.
Belted them.
Correct. West Coast Eagles. Mickey Malthouse.
I remember watching that one on TV, and Peter Matera he went wild that day, kicking those long bombs and going on the good runs.
He's fantastic when he's in full flight, isn't he? I hope those Geelong people actually have gone to bed a lot earlier.
It's breakfast time.
That's right.
That was a nice photo. Yes, well, let's have a look at it. 1992, the grand final, the West Coast Eagles and Geelong. Some of the highlights.
5 points the margin, favouring the Cats. Merriman sends them down towards half forward once again. Riccardi is there. Ablett does the scouting. Scott can't get clear. Stoneham can if it's 6. Stoneham towards goal with the left foot. There's another one.
Cats lead by 7 points. Just under 16 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Stoneham gets it down. Mainwaring is grabbed. This is Scott. Strong tackle by Worsfold. Riccardi. Great goal.
5 behind. The Eagles 3-2. The Cats as Barnes wins it, but straight to the run of Matera from 55. He sets sail for home with a mighty kick. What a goal. He's one of the players of the year.
Simpson a high kick towards half forward. Here comes Ablett. Up he goes. Bounces off his chest. Merriman. Probing kick down towards full forward. The Eagles get back in strength, but it falls to Riccardi. He can't pick it up. Riccardi's in trouble now. Gets to his feet. Over the top to Brownless. Goal. Hurried kick down towards half forward. Ablett works his way in front. Oh, brilliant mark. Here's the champ then. Just outside the 50, launches one. Magnificent.
Mansfield and Merriman at the bottom. Evans over the top. Matera somehow gets out of Dale. Peter Matera, 52 metres. Pulls it back. What a magnificent kick for goal. Oh, he can fire it up. It's a magnificent kick. Barnes went too early. Langdon a chance to give it away. He does. Evans can make amends, and this time he makes no mistake.
Eddie out of defence towards midfield. Awkward bounce for Lewis. Turley waits behind, keeps it in front, lays it off. White taken now by Evans, who changed his mind in mid-air. Changes his mind again. From 45 metres out, it's another goal. Mansfield leads back in the race, 60 metres out from goal to Stoneham, right on the 50. Couch, and Couch is marked about 25 metres from goal and will get a 50. Sumich is surrounded by Geelong defenders. Darcy gave it away. Mainwaring running away from his own goal. In the other direction against the flow is Langdon. He pulls it back. Hinkley. Down they go. He and Turley picked up by Sumich. Sumich's snap is a good-looking one. It's bending around the post. I think it may be a goal. It is. Remarkable.
On centre wing. Harding wins it, but straight to Couch. Gets rid of it to Hocking. Gary Hocking. Passes in towards Ablett. Brownless wants someone going past. It is Ablett. And he's kicked it.
Mainwaring's in front of Bruns. Still Mainwaring back to goal. Langdon with great courage. Manufactures a chance for Evans, who kicks a goal. Brennan finds it on the ground. Was he carried forward? No. Wilson, like a cork in the ocean, over his head. Oh, my word!
Kemp goes storming through. Across to Heady. A delicate little chip to the run of Matera. Suddenly the Eagles are alight. Matera sets sail for home. But the Eagles hit the front.
Behind the pack, Kemp with dash comes away from centre half back towards half forward Langdon. Worked under the ball by McGrath. Quick hands from Brennan. Too quick, but it comes back to Matera. Matera on the 50. He could kick this. Matera, it's going to be a goal.
Chris Lewis goes short again. And now Peter Sumich. He can go over the top. How's this for a goal? Peter Matera, there's another one. Catch us now. As Matera boots his stick. Evans, the high kick to centre wing. White's just come onto the ground. Well played to Heady. Snared it beautifully on the half volley. And look at the kick. Great football.
Great skill from Heady too.
It looks good. And it is. Eagle supporters and fans realising now they've got the flag as Sumich takes the mark. Well, he uses that helicopter kick and it works. Evans may have the last kick in this grand final. The Eagles are going to win their first flag.
Dear fellow footy fans, I am deeply, deeply sorry. Although he fought back courageously from injury, Wayne Carey is not playing in today's grand final, and it's all my fault. It was my Ruboy theorem that cast Wayne into the public spotlight, and we all know what happens to kangaroos that get caught in spotlights. I feel your pain, Wayne. Yours, apologetically, Ewan McCormick.
Is 100%. I recommend him to anybody.
Hey, true blue.
You know, spring. We just wait for him to come up, see what sort of humour he's got to bring us.
Give me a home among the country.
I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
There once was a jolly swagman campfire billabong.
Yeah, it's a pipe dream, but it's the right dream for me.
Only once in a decade is a car created that's this good. Designed in Australia, all new from the ground up to give you the edge. The edge in style, in comfort and on the open road. With handling and control like never before. The radically new Holden Commodore gives you the driving edge.
Celebrate the Crows' historic entry into the AFL Grand Final with this 97 Grand Final T-shirt. Phone 1-800-151-777 to order. Available in children's sizes for only $22 and adults for $24 plus postage and handling. The T-shirt comes in grey merle and is printed in the Crows colours with a large 97 Grand Final logo front and rear. Don't miss out. This special Crows Grand Final T-shirt offer can be yours by phoning 1-800-151-777 now.
Off-road racing stadium style premieres at Wayville Showground Saturday night, October 25. Take the family for the full-bore roar when Triple M presents the Yokohama Stadium Off-Road Grand Final. Come see the Buggies Boogie and a convoy of Yankee pickup trucks that'll run amok. Buy a set of new Yokohamas at a Yokohama dealer or Bob Jane T-Mart and you'll get in free. Stadium Off-Road Racing, 7 o'clock Saturday night, October 25, Wayville Showgrounds. Tickets at Bass and the Gate.
How can you tell who's calling before you answer?
Uncle Brad.
Easy.
Uncle Brad.
When Telstra introduced Easy Call calling number display in December, the number of the incoming call will be displayed. And it's also easy to keep your number to yourself.
Hello?
Hi, is there?
Yes. It's Max.
How'd you do that?
He was Mummy's little angel and Daddy's pride and joy. Whoa, baby. But Baby Bink was bored. So when the big city called, he answered.
Baby boy got up and crawled away.